And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV Championship Night here with the Plumwild Podcast. Super late models. Tonight we come to you live from the Volusia Speedway Park for what is round number 10 of the season. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the callers. We get set. We're about to wrap up qualifying with just under 40 seconds left in the qualifying session. Then we'll go through it to take a look at what is the first of what should be 4 heat races on the program. In fact, there might only be 3. We've got a field of 28 drivers that have signed into the pits this evening to take to the racetrack. And who will take out tonight's championship round and championship night. And ironically, well, there's mainly three drivers in contention. Double passing points on offer for this evening, but also it is going to be basically the top 4 have a realistic shot at picking up the championship. But for now, we'll take a look at qualifying results here in a few moments' time as we are ready to go racing from the Volusia Speedway Park. Qualifying results coming up on screen. Damien Kiefer, quick time with a 14.951. Chase Barbara, Connor New, Nathan Waddell and Colton Zimmer make up your top 5ers. Heat race number 1, starting a lineup looking like this. Damien Kiefer to the pole position, to the outside of the front row. The man that sits alongside him in the Plumwild Podcast entry. It's the Plumwild Podcast number 5 of Nathan Waddell from position number 2. Position number 3 with the 23 car of Thomas Vickers from 4, the 48 of Dylan Yeager. We go to the 5th starting spot. It's the 32 car of Christopher Joy, lining up at a position number 6. Peyton Burton in car number 14. Position number 7, the Hunt the front entry, number 1 car of Jesse Endigan will start 7 out of 8. It's Ashton Farr. Position number 9 with the 46 car of Robert Overstreet, lining up at a position number 10. It's the 99 car of Tristan Sykes. We can confirm that Damien Kiefer, fastest in qualifying tonight, does not opt to take the money. So it is going to be seeing heat races straight up lined up from where they are seated. From that qualifying session as we get set, we are ready to take to the racetrack here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Championship night in the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models. Again, looking at the point standings as well with the drop weeks to take into consideration. I can tell you right now that Chase Barber is leading the way. Over 10 points over Connor New, then another 10 points back to Dylan Yeager, Desmond Busby, 54 points back, and then you look at Nathan Waddell, Dylan Wilson, Hayden Tollison, Damien Kiefer, Caleb Durgan, Jesse Anakin make up your top 10, but right now we're underway. Green flag action here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Heat race number 1, championship night of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models, and we're underway. Sees Kiefer leading the way over Waddell, then you go back to Yeager, who was working on the top side. And he's going to lose 4 positions on that one. Vickers and Joy will go side by side down into 1 and 2. Enter Ken back to the inside on Peyton Burton, but here comes the 48 car of Dylan Yeager. Gets by Anakin. Now Yeager coming after Burton as they work off corner number 4. Top 3 as it stands. Damien Kiefer, Nathan Waddell, Thomas Vickers. Then you go back to Christopher Joy, Peyton Burton, Dylan Yeager outside that top 5 with Enterkin, Sykes, Overstreet and Farr to make up your drivers in heat race number 1. And boy, it's the Plumwild Podcast duo out in front. Damien Kiefer leading Nathan Waddell. Just a lap and a bit away from half race distance here in the opening heat race of the night. Still seeing Damien Kiefer leading the way, driving that NLRA Plumwild Podcast DK Speed Zero machine back to the Plumwild Podcast. Majula C Speed Shop number 5 entry of Damien Kiefer. Vickers driving the Speed Ranch number 23, car to position number 3. And then you look at Christopher Joy, car number 32. For Majula C Speed Shop back there in 4th position. He's got Peyton Burton also with Majula C Speed Shop. So the Majula C Speed Shop guys, they are heavily invested in heat race number 1. And just like that, with only 4 laps left to run here in heat race number 1 of the night, who will start on pole tonight's 75-lap main event. Yeager's in this one, Waddell's in this one, Kiefer's in this one, Enterkin is in this one. So 4 drivers inside the top 10. Speaking of going inside, there goes Christopher Joy to the inside slider on Vickers as Vickers now turns it back underneath him. Tell you what, he's got some good French onion dip right there, because that was a nice little turn down He had his forward turned all the way down. Meanwhile, coming after your race leader, Nathan Waddell. There's third, fourth, fifth and sixth on screen, but up front with 1 lap left to run here in the opening heat race of the night for the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Damien Kiefer is going to lead the way down the back straightaway for the final time, looking to start on pole of tonight's main event. Into 3 and 4 we go. Damien Kiefer will win the opening heat race of the night, still looking to bring the broom to the Volusia Speedway Park. So heat 1 done and dusted. We'll quickly take a look at those results. Damien Kiefer gets the win over Nathan Waddell, Thomas Vickers, Christopher Joy. That'll be your top 4. Jaeger, Burton, Enterkin, Sykes, Farr and Overstreet. For the drivers in heat race number 1, 3 heats, 10 laps, top 4. We'll go through to the main event. Let's take a look at heat race number 2. Your lineup will be points leader. Oh boy, what a front row this is going to be. Chase Barber in the 23 car to the pole position to the outside of the front row. It's going to be the 20 car of Colton Zimmer. Then we go back to row number 2. We'll see Desmond Busby 4th in the point standings. He'll go from position number 3. The 99 of Chase Hardy lines up out of position number 4. Matt George in car number 23 will start from position number 5. In the 123, it's Rodney Gard from position number 6. Joseph Grandy, the 518 machine, will line up at a position number 7. Tristan Lauder-Sewer lining up at a position number 8. And Aaron Bowman lines up the 44 machine from position number 9. Just having a bit of a coughing fit as we get set for heat race number 2 of 3. Championship night here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Chase Barbara, Colton Zimmer. That is your front row. Zimmer 13th in the points. Chase Barbara leading the points over Connor New by 10 points. We'll see Connor New in heat race number 3. Desmond Busby in 4th. Ironically, 54 points behind your leader and has got a real big opportunity if results were to go his way to get the win in the championship night. As we're green flag racing once again here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Top 4 again. That will be the magical number. The 99 car Chase Hardy dives down to the inside, down into 3 and 4. He'll slide it up to mid-track on the exit. Right up in front of the 82 car of Desmond Busby. G. Matt George showing some good speed in the 23 car there as they work down into 1 and 2. George and Gard. George will go to the inside. Rodney Gard in the 123 will work it to the outside. George slides up. Here comes Tristan Lauder-Sewer now, trying to make his way forward, driving the 92 T machine up front. There is your top 4 on screen from left to right. Chase Barbara, Colton Zimmer, Chase Hardy and Desmond Busby. Busby in that 4th and final transfer position as Chase Hardy in the 99 car. Now got Busby going down and having a good look on the inside of the 99, but Barbara with the momentum on the outside of the racetrack, and just like that, we are 4 down at the completion of this one. Matt George right there with Hardy and Busby as they work it down the front straightaway. Colton Zimmer, meanwhile, closing in on your race leader of Chase Barbara. Let's have a look at that one up front. Will Chase Barbara, will he hold on? We know how fast that car has been all season long. And it's almost like he's clicked into another gear when he's joined the Alpha Industries team, and the team that consists of a number of household names in the World Championship scene. Adam Elby, James Edens, Logan Rumsey, just to name a couple. Zimmer down to the inside on Barbara, but again, Barbara knows that the experience is paying off right now because as long as he holds the middle of the raceway, Zimmer is going to have to do absolutely something silly if he wants to get by the 23 car. 3 laps left to run, 1.5 miles around the Volusia Speedway Park in what is heat race number 2. But it is round number 10 of the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Back to Desmond Busby, Chase Hardy, Busby in the black and green 82 machine. Busby's got third of the line with 2 to run. Boy, what an opening couple of heats we've seen so far. Busby again, here comes Hardy with the tub around the outside. He says, that's okay, I'll show you how to get around the Volusia Speedway Park. White flag is out. 1 lap left to run right now for Chase Barbara. can he hold on to put himself on the outside of the front row alongside Damien Kiefer in tonight's 75-lap feature event here at the Volusia Speedway Park? Barbara going to protect the low side. Zimmer not going to do anything silly. He'll just have to hold on for a second. Chase Barbara wins heat race number 2 from Colton Zimmer. That was your top 2, and then you look back to position number 3. Chase Hardy got it over Desmond Busby by 31 one-thousandths of a second. Matt George, Tristan Laudersua, Rodney Gard, Joseph Grady, Aaron Bowman. Well, those drivers will go to the B main. Heat race number 3, and boy, what again? Another very, very handsome looking front row. Connor New, second in the point standings. He will go to the pole position. A man that has featured heavily throughout the course of the season. 6 in the point standings. Dylan Wilson rolls off at a position number 2. Hayden Tolleson lines up at a position number 3, 7th in the point standings. Then you go back to Chance Carr, 12th in the point standings. He'll line up at a position number 4. Nick Baum will go to the inside of Bob Klein, sitting 16th and 21st in the point standings. Then you go back to row 4, Caleb Duggan alongside Devin Ferguson and Cruz Cordell to make up the 9 drivers in heat race number 3. Third and final heat race of the night. Who will it be as they work it down into turn number 3? Connor New and Bart of the Racing Flag. When they're in sync, they go racing. We are on the way here in the final heat race of the championship night and of this championship for the Plumwild Podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Tolleson has quickly found his way to position number 2. Here comes Dylan Wilson in the 80 car trying to get around on the outside, but Tolleson slides up. Meanwhile, Nick Baum goes to work on Chance Carr down into 1 and 2. Caleb Durgan back in the 33 car. Cruz Cordell, Bob Klein will go side by side. Boy, I tell you what, the race is just it's starting to get a little bit racy right now. Oh, Devin Ferguson caught the inside wall. Whether he had a helping hand or not, we will stay green. Devin Ferguson goes back to the pits, and your battle is on between Durgan. Here comes Carr. Here comes Klein. There's 5 cars now along with Nick Baum, Cruz Cordell into the mix now. 5 cars going to try and battle it out for that 4th and final transfer position. Meanwhile, new race leader potentially 3 wide out into turn number 3 and 4. Wilson just got the car a little too sideways there. He tried to force the issue there. Tolleson and New, they banged all panels down into 1 and 2. Here comes Wilson with a run on Tolleson as they work 3 wide down the back straightaway just as it was getting good. We go yellow. Nick Baum in the O2 machine battling with Cruz Cordell. Cordell forced him up the racetrack. And oh, Bob Klein caught the inside wall. Oh, Bob, you know that one does not move. So we're going to look here on board right now for Bob Klein in the 7 car. So this is in turn number 3 and 4. We see at him just working the wheel, driving the Sweet Victory Apparel Volusia Speed Shop number 7 car. Again, just diving down to the inside, just running out of real estate was the 7 car. And unfortunately, well, you can see him going back to the pit area and not getting the fast repair, but now we do see a new race leader, Hayden Tolleson. Like I said, he was 7th coming into the point standings. With the drop weeks, he was 93 points behind your leader. He is 5 points. Make that, 5 points behind Dylan Wilson, who is 3rd in this heat race, but also 6 in the point standings. Then you look at Connor New outside of that front row in the number 10 car. So you see a couple of Volusia Speed Shop cars out in front. That Tolleson Autos Repair 327 car. I'll come back to the green off turn number 4. Here we go. 5 laps left to run. Heat race number 3 here on Championship Night. FTF GG, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome everybody in from the FTF GG stream. We hope that you enjoyed the show and hope you enjoyed the stream. But get ready for some super late models here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Top 4, we're going to make it to the main event. Here comes Caleb Durgan in car number 33 to the inside of the 2 entry of Chance Car as they work it off turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, there'll be 3 to run at the line. Meanwhile, Dylan Wilson, as Connor Newgo drifts up the racetrack. Durgan slides Chance Car. Boy, you've got a top 3 battle. You've got 3-way battle now for that final spot on the podium. Where do you want to look? Boy, it is getting real tricky right now to keep an eye on where you want to watch on the raceway. Tolson again just hugs the inside line, as does Dylan Wilson, but there goes Connor New back to the outside, back to position number 2. Car again looking there to the very right of your screen to the inside. That's your battle for the transfer spot. There's your battle for 2nd and 3rd, and then you got a battle for positions number 6 and 7 between Cruz Cornell and Bob Klein as the white flag is out. 1 lap left to go here in the final heat race of the night. Championship Night. Hayden Tolson leading down into corner number 3 and 4 for the final time. The final heat race of the Northwest Racing Association Plumwild Podcast Super Late Models is done. So the final heat is done, which means we are set for the B main. Coming up, there'll be 2 B mains on the program. Heat race number 3 results on screen. Tolson, New, Wilson and Durgan going to the show. Carr, Cordell, Klein, Baum and Ferguson off to the B main. They go. 2 B mains, 15 laps, top 6 will transfer into the A main event. Let's take a look at the first B main lineup on the pole position. Boy, this guy has got a point to prove. 3rd in the point standings. Dylan Yeager lines up on the pole position. Chance Carr in car number 2 lines up at a position number 2. He sits 12th in the point standings. Tristan Laudersua, 15th in the point standings, lines up the 92T from position number 3. Then we go back to Jesse Antigan, who finds himself starting from position number 4 as he is 10th in tonight's championship standings. Bob Klein rolls up the 7 machine from position number 5. He sits 21st in the point standings. Joseph Grandy lines up the 518 machine from position number 6. Then we go back to position number 7 and 8. It's the 51 car of Ashton Farr, 29th in the point standings, and Devon Ferguson lining up the 43 entry from position number 8. So from this one, we send 2 cars packing. And we will have a 24-car field feature event. Come to the green off turn number 4, and Dylan Yeager is off and away down into turn number 1 and 2. Laudersua and Car to the top side. Laudersua down low. Meanwhile, Bob Klein goes to the inside there to the very right of your screen on Jesse Antigan in the 1 machine, who just had a few little issues there on the exit at turn number 2, but those issues seem to be sorting themselves out in that number 1 machine. We go back to the opening round of the series at Lernerville Speedway. It was Jesse Antigan who picked up the win. Now trying to dive to the inside on Laudersua. Bob Klein as well. Right there with him. Laudersua, Antigan, rub panels down the front straight away. Antigan slides up in front of Laudersua. Now they'll go 3 wide for 3rd, 4th and 5th position. Boy, Volusia Speedway Park turning it on here this evening. Meanwhile, Chance Carr trying to come after your race leader of Dylan Yeager. And just like that, we're 3 in to a 15-lap B main event. Still got 75 laps left to run later on tonight. Laudersua going to get swallowed up there by Bob Klein and Jesse Anakin. Yeager continuing to lead the race. We've got Devon Ferguson back in the pits. Boy, he's had a rough old night in that 43 car. He's probably only turned about 5 or 6 laps in heat racing and B-main competition. So the 43 is done for championship night. Here from Volusia, the Plumwild Podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association. The 48 car of Dylan Yeager. Again, he's 20 points behind Chase Barbara. When it comes to the points lead, he's still a mathematical chance at picking up a championship, but would need a whole lot of luck in the main event to go his way. Chance Carr now with a run down into turn number 3. He'll look down to the inside. He is 12th in the points standing, so the battle between 3rd and 12th in the championship standings is happening for 1st and 2nd on the raceway. car nearly had to back out of the throttle just then because he was trying to get that car rotating down to the low side. Here comes Jesse Anakin. Anakin 10th in the point standings. He'll need a good result here tonight if he wants to hold on to a top 10 when it's all said and done. After 10 weeks, Jaeger still leads the way. There'll be 9 down and 6 to run. Here in B main number 1. Again, the top 6 will transfer. So those drivers, Dylan Jaeger, Chance Carr, Jesse Anakin, Bob Klein, Tristan Laudersua and Joseph Grandy. Grandy's got some 5.8 seconds back to Ashton Farr. And as long as Grandy doesn't have to do anything silly, as long as he knows that he'll just continue to hit these lines for the next 5 laps, he's going to put himself from the back row in tonight's feature event. Still watching your top 3 on screen. Dylan Jaeger drifting upstairs. He gets right up into the bubbles. New race leader there at the completion of lap number 11. Chance Carr, maybe Jaeger trying to get something figured out for the main event, knowing that, well, he's got a fair way back to the 7th place driver. Just trying something different, seeing how Volusia is going to race with the update. Down into 1 and 2 we go. There's only 2.5 to run. Oh, Carr! He slid it up in front of Jaeger. He still holds on to position number 5. He might fall back to position number 6 if Grandy comes after him. But Dylan Jaeger still your race leader with 2 laps left to run. B main here on championship night. For the Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. The white flag is out. 1 lap left to go for Dylan Jaeger as he works it down through corner number 1 and 2. Jesse Anakin, you can see there, just behind him, some 3-4 car lengths back as he works it down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. Dylan Jaeger will hold on to a B main victory. Second will go to Jesse Anakin. Tristan Laudersua home in 3rd position. 4th is going to be Bob Klein. Then you go back to Chance Carr in 5th. Joseph Grandy holds on to position number 6. Ashton Farr finally coming across the line in position number 7. Then you go back to Devin Ferguson in position number 8. There it is. There is your official results. Jaeger, Anakin, Laudersua, Klein, Carr and Grandy all transferring to your A main. 1 more B main on the program. We've got another 8 cars to do battle for another 6 transfer positions. Matt George lines up on pole position. The 14 of Peyton Burton lines up at a position number 2. Cruz Cordell in the 55 will start from position number 3. Rodney Garden, the 123, will start position number 4. Tristan Sykes in the 99 will start from position number 5. The 02 of Nick Palm lining up at a position number 6. And your 4th and final row, Aaron Bowman lines up the 44 machine from position number 7. And the 46 of Robert Overstreet lining up at a position number 8. So which of these 6 drivers will transfer to the main events? Which 2 drivers are going to be sent packing? Green flag is out. We are underway here in B main competition. This is the second and the final B main of this championship. Matt George leads the opening lap there from Peyton Burton in the 14. Then you go back to Cruz Cordell in car number 55. He's got the 99X of Tristan Sykes looking down to the inside. Sykes and Cordell will go side by side at the start-finish line. Very, very, very close between the pair. Not a whole lot of Nick Palm in the 02 machine. Back to position number 5. Then the 44 to the very right of your screen. That is Aaron Bowman. He's got Rodney Overstreet. Now Overstreet goes to the inside. Nick Palm going to lose a position. He goes back to position number 6. Now coming back after Bowman down into 1 and 2. Rodney Gardner in the 123. His night is done and dusted, as is his championship dreams here this evening. So your top 3 all on the top side. Matt George, Peyton Burton, Cruz Cordell, Tristan Sykes working to the low side. Watching Aaron Bowman on screen in the 44 car. Work it with Robert Overstreet in car 46. For the moment, Overstreet has got the 4th and final transfer position. But here comes Nick Palm trying to go inside and outside. Boy, really cutting the nose off the 46 car of Robert Overstreet. Watching Bowman and Balm once again go at it. They'll maybe nose to tail, but now Nick Balm going to dive it down to the inside. Nick Balm feels like he's a whole lot quicker than Aaron Bowman right now, but Bowman is going to fight it back on the inside, but Nick Balm with a whole head of steam, and here comes Bowman down to the inside. Thinks twice about sliding up nose. That he has got half a second back to Robert Overstreet, who finds himself on the outside looking in for the time being. Burton and Cordell. Cruz Cordell back to the inside, runs up the slider line, nearly gets into the back of Matt George. They keep it going. Matt George still continuing to lead the way. 8 down, 7 to run. Peyton Burton with a move there on Cruz Cordell in the 55 car. Cordell sends it upstairs into turn number 3 and 4. The right rear right up in the marbles in the looser dirt, but Peyton Burton held on to position number 2 at the start-finish line, probably by about 25 1,000ths of a second, so there's not a whole lot in it between second and third right now. Bowman and Overstreet look back here at this battle for the final transfer position. One of these drivers are going home. The other one will be transferring to the 75-lap feature event. Overstreet in the 46. Then you go back to Aaron Bowman in car 44 in the black and blue car. Work it side by side. Bowman's got it by half a car. That time there is only 3 laps left to run at the start-finish line. In fact, there'll be 3 laps left to run for your race leader. And you've got a new race leader down into turn number 3 and 4. Cruz Cordell to the race lead. Burton will go down to the inside on Matt George into turn number 1 and 2. George will still working around the outside. Burton looking to pick up the runner-up position, looking to advance one more row in tonight's main event. We're looking like he will be starting in row number 8 in tonight's feature event. There's only a lap and a half to go for your race leader. To the very left of your screen, the 55 car of Cruz Cordell. Matt George. Boy, that car is getting a little tight late in the run. White flag is out. Final lap of preliminary action here from the Volusia Speedway Park and the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Championship night here, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Into 3 and 4 we go for the final B main of this season. Cruz Cordell picks up the win. Second will go to Peyton Burton. Matt George will come home third. Tristan Sykes in fourth. Nick Balm going to round out your top 5. Let's take a look at those official results. Nick Balm, then you go back to Aaron Bowman, holding on by just 0.2 of a second, back to Robert Overstreet and Rodney Guard. So Overstreet and Guard, unfortunately, they will miss out in tonight's main event. We'll take a quick break on the other side of this. Your main event for the Plumwild Podcast, Super Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted and league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And we're back here on Ultimate TV coverage of the Plumwild podcast Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Again, tonight we come to you live from the Volusia Speedway Park located in Barberville, Florida for the final round of this 10-week season. We've still got 2 weeks to come with the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models on Wednesday night from 11 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to check out that one as we've still got, like I said, 2 weeks left in that series. But for now and for tonight for the Super Late Models, one of these drivers is going to find themselves with a whole lot of cash richer after tonight's main event. Who will it be? Chase Barber, Connor New, Dylan Yeager, or Desmond Busby? That is your top 4 coming into this one. And realistically, your top 4 have an opportunity at picking up a championship here this evening. Let's take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's 75-lap main event. On the pole position in car number 0 for NLRA, that is Damien Kiefer. Driving the Alpha Industries number 23 machine, Chase Barber lines up at a position number 2. Hayden Tolleson in the 327 machine goes to the 3rd starting position. Nathan Waddell lines up the 5 machine from position number 4. Out of position number 5, car number 20 of Colton Zimmer. From 6, it's the 10 entry of Connor New. Thomas Vickers lines up the 23 from position number 7 to the outside. From 8, it's the 99 of Chase Hardy. Row 5 on the inside, out of position number 9, it's the 80 entry of Dylan Wilson. From 10, the 32 of Christopher Joy. From position number 11, the 82 of Desmond Busby. From 12, the 33 of Caleb Durgan. Your B main winners, Dylan Yeager in position number 13, car number 48 lines up alongside the 55 entry of Cruz Cornell from position number 14. Jesse Anakin rolls off at a position number 15, Peyton Burton lines up at a position number 16. From 17 to be Tristan Lauderseal. From 18, Matt George. From 19, Bob Klein. From 20th, it's Tristan Sykes. From position number 21, Chance Carr. Position number 22, Nick Baum. And your final row, Joseph Grady out of position number 23, position number 24, Aaron Bowman. Our field is set, ladies and gentlemen. 75 laps on the board for tonight's championship night of the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Who will it be? Who will take out tonight's final round of the series? Who will take out the championship? Chase Barber, 10-point lead over Connor New, 20 points over Dylan Yeager, 54 points over Desmond Busby. Realistically, those 4 drivers have an opportunity for a championship tonight. Who will it be? It's time to go racing here at the Volusia Speedway Park. The pace car is about to pull to the infield. Chase Barber and Damien Kiefer will lead us into the middle of turn number 3 and 4. We're live for 75. Championship night is underway. Damien Kiefer and Chase Barber. It's going to be Damien Kiefer to slide up in front of Barbara. Barbara's got Damien Kiefer in front of him. Nathan Waddell, Hayden Tolleson, Chase Hardy for the moment. That's your top 5 as everybody looking to settle into a rhythm. No doubt they know it's going to be a long feature event here at the Volusia Speedway Park. 4 wide right there. Durgan, Wilson, Vickers and Joy. They'll simmer it out down to 2 wide down the back straightaway. Hardy, New. Oh boy, Wild. That was wild there from Nathan Waddell. He lost all sorts of speed as he went right to the top side and got caught and hung up left to dry. New going down to the inside there on Colton Zimmer. Durgan going to try and drive it deep down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to unsettle some of these race cars. Oh, Vickers and Wilson around. George involved in that one, Bowman. Believing it all started from the move from Caleb Durgan. Just slid up across the nose of the 23 car. Wilson tried to go around. You know what? We'll let Eddie handle that one. Gee, these drivers are getting very touchy, especially on the low side of the raceway. just keep an eye on that 33 car just to the bottom of your screen. Right there. Was that move, and unfortunately, you see again just how hard it is to hit the bottom side. He just drifts up in front of the 23 car. 23 car gets into the back of him. Wilson trying to go to the outside. Matt George comes in, nowhere to go in that exchange as well. Nonetheless, the field gets lined up once again behind the racing.com official pace car. The lights are up, which means race control have already made their decision. In fact, the lights are back on. Yes, I agree. Unfortunately for Dylan Wilson, but unfortunately these things tend to happen. Can we appreciate all the support here on Ultimate Dirt TV. It's been a wonderful season here with the Northwest Racing Association Super Late Model Series. Don't forget, they've still got their Pro Late Model season to finish up over the next couple of weeks. I can tell you exactly where we're headed to over those next 2 weeks. So Wednesday night, we're going to head to Volusia. We're going to stay right here for the 9th round of the series, for the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series. And then, of course, the following week, we'll be hosting the Championship Night Lanier National Speedway for the final round of the series. That'll come up on March 20th. March 13th, in 2 days' time, back once again with the penultimate round of that Pro Late Model Series. So we'll get ready to come back to green. Damien Kiefer again got the field ready to go. They're racked and stacked and jam-packed, full of ground pounding, thundering late models. Green flag is back out. 4 down, 71 to go. Still a lot of time for these drivers to work their way forward. Chase Barbara now has got Connor New down to the inside. That is your battle for the championship right there. Just 10 points was separating those 2 drivers. Holy Jesus, thank you for that one. Thank you for that one. Appreciate it. That absolutely scared the bejeebus out of me. New will go by the 23 car of Chase Barbara. They're 3 wide as they work it down into turn number 3 and 4 with Dell Zimmer and Hardy. Gee, I tell you what, they're not making it easy for themselves as we continue on. Ricky Luke, thank you for the 500 stars. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. Waddell Zimmer, Hardy still going 3 wide for the entire lap. And now Hardy comes after Barbara off for turn number 4. Hardy down to the inside of the 23 car. Chase Barbara knows that all he has to do is realistically just finish right around where that 10 car finishes, as long as he can, in fact, just stay in front of him. That's going to be the end game for that 23 car for Alpha Industries. Would love to finish up this 10-week series with a championship, and that might be a little hard when Chase Hardy throws it right on the nose of the 23 car. Nick Baum, here comes Jesse Enick, and they go 3 and 4 wide down into turn number 1 and 2. How do you like this one? Boy, it is busy right now. Drivers check it up, making contact. 2, 3, 4 wide once again. Surely this can't end well. Somehow it does. Zimmer, probably the smartest move of the night so far, backing out of a 4 wide situation. Dylan Yeager to position number 6. Gee, the 48 is rolling from the 7th row. He's moved up at least. Where did he finish? He won B-Mate number 1, so he started 13th, and he's up to position number 6, going +7 on this main event so far in the opening 12 laps. Kiefer still leading the way from Hayden Tolleson, Connor New, Chase Barbara, and Chase Hardy. That's your top 5 there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nick Baum right there with him as well. Colton Zimmer not too far away. So there's basically from 6th to 12th position. You go even a little further. Look how much you can fit in this race screen. You've got 6th to 15th position. My gee whiz, this is chaotic. It's pandemonium here at the Volusia Speedway Park. A nice and wide, half a mile of a raceway. Durgan and Joy come together. They both back out of it. And Joy, well, finding himself outside the top 10 as here comes Colton Zimmer trying to get by Durgan. Nick Palmer's moving in that O2 machine. Take a look down the bottom right of your corner of your screen. Biggest move is Nick Palmer plus 14. Tristan Laudersewer just in front of him plus 10. So guys, being able to move forward in tonight's main event. And just like that, we're 15 down with still 60 laps remaining here at Volusia. Championship night, championship race. Here with the Plumwild podcast, Super Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Kiefer still holds a grim lead of just under 0.2 of a second. Up front we go. Tolson is all over the back end through turn number 1 and 2. Kiefer just starting to open up just a little bit more of a gap on the exit of turn 2 and down the back straight away. But again, Tolson trying to come back at your race leader. They know there's still a whole lot of laps left to run. There's still 24 cars on the raceway. Just in front of them is Bob Klein, and he could be the first car to go a lap down here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Watching Jaeger, Laudersewer, and Nick Palmer as they work it down through corner number 3 and 4. Waddell back to 9th position. Then you got Caleb Durgan rounding out the top 10. You look a little further back. Oh, chance car! And oh boy, there goes Desmond Busby in the 82. We will go yellow. Look at the instant replay. Oh, so it all started with Chance Carr. So watch the 2 car. This is where it all unfolds. Just, well, come across right across the nose of Dylan Wilson. And then Wilson was trying to move up the raceway. And there goes the 82 entry of Desmond Busby. The 99 of Tristan Sykes. Aaron Bowman in car 44. Also copping a piece of that one. Damien Kiefer. Still, well, where'd Kiefer go? Where has... Oh, there he is. Whew, Kiefer, why are you scheming like that? But it was Nathan Waddell who was actually coming down pit road, so Kiefer still your race leader. So if you look at what is now 19 complete, still 56 to run. Gee, you really can't take this one for granted. You just never know who is going to go to victory lane. Who is going to saddle up and ride the horse, ride the pony? Who is going to tame the gator here at the Volusia Speedway Park? Only time will tell with 56 laps to run. It is still a mountain of laps to get through here tonight. Still anybody's ball game here tonight. Chase Barbara, Connor New, and Dylan Yeager, Desmond Busby. That was your top 4 coming into this evening's race. Looks like our field is set. The lights are out. We're ready to go back racing off turn number 4. Damien Kiefer, Hayden Tomlinson will bring us back to the green flag. Again, we are ready for the restart and the resumption of your championship race here at Volusia. Plumwild podcast Super Late Model main event is back underway with 56 to run. And G1 an even launch that was. Tolson drives it deep down into turn number 1 and 2. Kiefer almost going to lose the race lead, but now comes back on the inside of Tolson. They made contact in the middle on the entry into turn number 3. Damien Kiefer still holding on by the grim of the team, by the skin of his teeth as they work it. Now watch that battle for the championship. First, second and third just to the right of your screen. New, Barbara and Yeager, they all battle for a championship. 20 points separating those 3 drivers. Hayden Tollison will lead that lap just as we go yellow. Will Tollison have to give it up? No, it does not look like it. Cruz Cornell in the 55 car. So it looks like we're going to have Hayden Tollison in the 327 car. Going to restart in your race lead. And that could be big as well, because if he, and again, not saying he is, but these things do happen. If he is chatting with Connor New, and Connor New happens to restart on the inside behind him, that just means there could be a countdown coming. Not saying that he is, not saying that he isn't. Anything is possible. So probably sitting on 2 to green for the moment. So we'll get ready to come back racing. 1 to green off turn number 4. Green flag getting set to fly once again here at Volusia. Kiefer Tollison. Tollison. Kiefer goes early. Kiefer's still the race leader. And Connor New got a good restart. He'll go from 4th to 2nd. And a good restart from the outside of the 2nd row. Tollison, Barbara. Boy, they were caught napping on the inside line there. Nick Palm to the outside of Dylan Yeager as they work top and bottom through turn number 3 and 4. Your top 4, however, just going to stay in line. Nose to tail formation as they work it down the back straight away. Damien Kiefer leading from Connor New. Boy, the championship is going to start to heat up, especially if Connor New gets to the front. What will that mean for the championship if Chase Barber finishes outside the podium? We are now just a lap and a half away from 1/3 of this feature race being done. And so far, it has been all Damien Kiefer, boy, but not without the presence and the pressure from Hayden Tollison and now Connor New. Since that last restart when Kiefer opted to go to the outside line, this time by 25 down, 50 remaining here on championship night. Nick Palm getting by Dylan Yeager in the 48 car. Gee, Nick Palm working it upstairs. He's got that O2 machine. He's got it dialed in. And boy, hasn't Nick Palm done some laps around here. He's gone through a heat race. He had to go through the B main. And coming from near the back end of the field, Nick Palm is up 17 positions. That's 22nd. He was the second last transfer in the 2nd B main. To get one of them transfer spots, he finished 5th in that one. And boy, that O2 machine, it is hauling. It's hauling right now. It is moving through this field. Yeager outside the top 5. That's not going to be good for his championship. We are yellow. Joseph Grady in the 518 machine. Oh, George just collects him. Bowman spins around in the 44 machine. George in the 23 gets into the 518 of Joseph Grady, and of course Aaron Bowman as well. So back alive here, and you can just see Joseph Grady. He rolled past the 23 car, wasn't happy, and just decided to throw the car in neutral and just give it a little bit of a free rev. So you know these drivers are unhappy with some of the drivers that may have just been involved in a little altercation on the raceway. So waiting for the lights to go out on the iRacing.com official pace truck. So that new season starting tonight. Hope everyone will be getting out there and having some fun. Actually looking forward to the Micro Series, to be honest with you. Gee, I've done some laps in them lately since they've dropped. So again, do we go lights out? Yes, we do once again. Coming back to green to get to restart this main event. Single file restart with 47 to run. Boyd Tolleson nearly stacking up the field there, and that could have been real big. As Chase Barber nearly got involved in that little altercation. Jaeger trying to get by Nick Palm in the O2 machine. Tristan Laudersilva just going to follow Nick Palm to the top of the racetrack. And boy, if there's only two drivers working that cushion, that's the two drivers that we might have to keep an eye on. Jaeger and Balm will go at it side by side off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Balmer's got it in the O2 machine. And again, Nick Palm not afraid to send it upstairs and just let it read right up near the guardrail. Geez, he's got some good exit speed as long as he can hit that cushion through 1 and 2 and get clear of the 48 car. It might even be worthwhile. Chase Barbara trying to hit it. Here goes Nick Palm. Slider on Barbara. Barbara and will now work it back to the inside as now Chase Barbara. Again, the championship contender, the championship leader is under all sorts of attack right now from Nick Palm, Tristan Laudersilva and Dylan Jaeger. They continue to work it here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Damien Kiefer, still your race leader from Connew in second, Hayden Tolleson third. Then you go back this battle, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Chase Barber, Dylan Jaeger, Nick Palm, Tristan Laudersilva. Just to the very right of your screen, Caleb Durgan and Chance Carl will go at it side by side. Palm again, missing that right front quarter panel, or the right front fender on the O2 machine. Oh boy, he goes up the racetrack, he's on the grass. And because he's off the racing surface, that will not trigger the yellow flag. The only way the yellow flag will come out is if race control throws it. Car trying to get by Caleb Durgan, and he's got Chase Hardy in the 99 machine, who again is on the inside of a top 10 position. Christopher Joy, Colton Zimmer right back down to 10th position. So again, we spoke about and we continue to speak about the championship. Right there, the 23 car, Chase Barber. He was a 10-point leader over Connew, who is just 2 spots ahead of him. So it would come down to finishing positions. And boy, that would really make it tight, especially I believe double points are on offer here this evening. So he needs to get a wriggle on in that 23 car. Damien Kiefer continuing to lead the way. We are 37 down, which means we're 38 laps left to run, and we're only 38 laps. We're right around half race distance right now of this 75 lap feature event. Half race distance down the back straightaway, 37.5 down, 37.5 to go. Now we'll switch it from 38 to 37 as we start lap number 39. Kiefer and Connew. Damien Kiefer for NLRA and the Plumwild podcast, looking to sweep this championship evening. So this is going to be huge when it comes to the point settings. If Connew is able to get the win, he may just be the champion for the Plumwild podcast. Super Late Model Series presented by Northwest Racing Association. As Dylan Jaeger now, he gets by Chase Hardy. Sorry, Chase Barbara, Chase Hardy battling with Christopher Joy. That's what I was looking at on the other screen. Again, that's your battle for 8th, 9th and 10th position. As now Colton Zimmer now, he's going to throw his hat into the mix as they work it off turn number 4. Well, surely there'd be no passing points in the B main. You would only think that it might be heats and feature race only. But again, we'll have to wait for the official word to come from Eddie. and the Northwest Racing Association to see who is going to become your champion. Kiefer, boy, he's got some company right now. Connor New thought about going for the big slider into turn number 1 and 2, but thought better of it. So there is the 20 car. There's your top 2 as Damien Kiefer continuing to lead the way and set the pace here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Couple of different lines by the top 2 being utilised here. Let's take a look at lap times. Connor New was a 10th quicker there on the previous lap with a 15.58. Damien Kiefer with a 16.58 and a 16.67 for Damien Kiefer. Battle, and again the challenge happens for the race lead as they work it through turn number 1 and 2. We are 30 laps to run, and this time will it be Connor New? Now the big slider attempt comes. Slide job, the trigger is engaged, but the crisscrosses back to the inside goes Damien Kiefer, and if Kiefer can get back up to where he's running, he will take the momentum away from the 10 car of Connor New, but New clears him down the back straightaway going down into turn number 3. Now he gets to set the pace. Connor New at the line. New race leader. It's taken 47 laps, but finally someone is in front of Damien Kiefer. Tolleson still back there in position number 3, but watching this battle on for the lead once again. Kiefer and New can again continue to work it side by side, but Connor New will lead his second lap. So he's led from lap number 47. Just keep an eye on that Tolleson's Auto Repair Majula C Speed Shop number 327 car as he closes in on Damien Kiefer for second position. Never heard of her, Tyler Barrow. Who is Howard We Ava? Never heard of that bloke, TB. 25 to go. We're officially 2/3 into tonight's championship race. Kiefer still holding on to a podium position. We go back and look at Chase Barber. She's sitting back there in position number 5 all by himself. Ah, that's better. Gage Martinez. I know who Gage Martinez is. You should have said that at the start. So yellow is out just as we cross 2/3 of the race complete. So now this field is going to get re-racked and restacked. And there is your race leader. And in fact, if we take a look at the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series, that man Connor New in the 10 machine, I want to say he's won 3 or 4 races this season out of the 8, and he leads he has a 47-point lead over Colton Zimmer. All he has to do is just basically turn up, make the show, and there's more than likely he's going to be your Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Champion. Where will he finish in this one? Well, Connor New, he's got a chance to double up on the Pro and Super Late Model Championships. How do you not know who Tyler Barrow is? He is the man, the myth, and the legend. I put him in the same category as the gangster of Jeremy Capron. He is just doing Waddell things. Nathan Waddell doing Nathan Waddell things. And I say that with tongue-in-cheek because I like Nathan. Just saying, I'm still waiting for my invite for the Plumwild podcast, Nathan. I know you will go back and watch this, so I'll wait for your phone call and I'll wait for your message. Lights are out, 24 to run. G. New really running Kiefer up the racetrack. That will allow the 327 car of Tolleson to get a good run there as they work it down the front straightaway. Tolleson will go to the inside on Kiefer. He'll slide it up in front of Jaeger. But again, keep an eye on the 23 car. He's not out of it just yet. Caleb Durgan 3-1. Look at Chase Hardy going to pass a couple of cars on the low side. And they go 4 wide once again through turn number 3 and 4. Jaeger just trying to stick to the bottom side through turn number 1 and 2. He will now move to position number 3, and now he sets his sights on the Zero Machine of Damien Kiefer. Tolleson back to position number 3 at the line. There was very little in between Tolleson and Jaeger. Barbara, boy, he's got a hungry Caleb Durgan all over the back of him down the front straightaway, back straightaway I should say. 21 to go for Connor New. 54 laps is completed in tonight's 75-lap championship race. Absolutely, he's the biggest catfisher I've ever seen. Even if the race is on the cushion, trying to bang the wall down, you bet your bottom dollar Dylan Jaeger is going to go to the bottom side. He's too scared. He hasn't got a big enough set of grape melons or watermelons to throw up over the shoulder and get upstairs. But right now, you don't really need to, as a lot of the drivers doing what Volusia does in previous builds. Once it gets this slick, they just roll right through this slick and just keep the cars nice and straight. Makes it very tough to pass. Quickest out of the top 5 there on the previous lap was Damien Kiefer with a 16.624. Let's see what it is this time by Kiefer again. Quicker by half a tenth on your race leader with a 16.601. So Kiefer late in the race, although there's only half a second between them, Kiefer slowly but surely trying to come after your race leader. But just like that, Connor New says, that's okay, you want to turn a quicker lap, how about this, I'll put one better. I'll go and only done it by 12 1,000ths of a second, so that's not going to it's not going to matter a whole lot when it was over the past 2 laps, a tenth of a second back to Kiefer. Now that tenth of a second he just lost, he was a tenth slower. He is one of the slowest cars. He's in fact the slowest out of your top 4. Kiefer with a 16.724 on the previous lap. Connor New with a 16.604. We'll see what it is this time by. They're starting to get back to the high 16.6s and 16.7s. This track really starting to slow up. Jaeger goes to the inside. There'll be 14 to run at the line. Jaeger driving it deep. And the Majula Scene Speed Shop cars are 1, 3 and 4. They're looking to sweep the podium right now. Kiefer for NLRA and Plumwild podcast. Again, he works back to the inside of the 48 car of Dylan Jaeger. Chase Barber still holding down position number 5, but again, where does that put him in the overall grand scheme of things when it comes to this championship? 3 wide down into 1 and 2 for a split second there, as now Tolleson gets by Damien Kiefer, but they are literally rubbing panels down the back straightaway. Boys, Valentine's Day was a month ago. You should have taken each other out there for a bite to eat. Damien Kiefer back to position number 3. There is 12 laps left to run, and 2 laps away from a heat race distance is all that separates Connor New and a potential championship over Chase Barber, Dylan Jaeger. Desmond Busby was 4th in the point settings. He got caught up in a wreck in the early parts of this main event. He's back to 8th position. Let's go back and take a look at Desmond Busby to the right of your screen, watching Chase Barbara. Boy, Barbara slipping right back. He has slipped back to position number 6. Could be 7th, 8th or 9th if Carr, Zimmer and Busby have their way with the 23 car. But again, what kind of drop week does Chase Barbara have up his sleeve? Only time will tell. And we are less than a heat race distance away. We've got 8 to go at the start-finish line for your race leader. Watching Chase Barber, Chance Carr, Colton Zimmer and Desmond Busby all battling out for positions number 6, 7, 8 and 9. Meanwhile, there's the challenge for 3rd position. Tolleson with a slider on Kiefer as they work it off turn number 2. Tolleson the right rear caught the cushion and the guardrail. Yeah, Nick, you really sold some T-shirts, ripping the fence and the guardrail down, trying to eat the concrete while you done it. Nick Baum, I applaud you, sir, for trying to rip the lip around Volusia. 6 remaining for Connor New. 7/10 of a second lead. Jaeger had him by half a tenth. But just like that, Connor New says that's okay. You might pick up half a tenth, but I'll go quicker. As Tolleson going to move up. Damien Kiefer out of the way for position number 3. What does Kiefer do? Where's the receipt coming for Damien Kiefer? Not quite close enough just yet. Meanwhile, 7/10 of a second. They'll come to the lap car. Tristan Laudersua Connor New makes quick work of the 92T, as does Dylan Yeager in the 48 car. 2 miles, ladies and gentlemen, for Connor New for a potential Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Championship, and he's got an opportunity and a potential chance at the double championship for the Super and Pro Late Model Series. There is only a mile and a half to go off corner number 4. 3 laps left to run for Connor New. Dylan Yeager still in position number 2. Again, those drivers were second and third in the championship standings. They were 10 and 20 points behind Chase Barber, who finds himself Chase Barber has found himself back 5 laps down, so his night is done. And again, what kind of championship implications does that have? Only time will tell. We'll come to the white flag. 1 lap left to run for Connor New. 4 turns as he makes his way down into turn number 1 and 2 for the final time. Yeager closes in, but not going to be enough time for the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Series presented by Northwest Racing Association. The championship race, championship night belongs to Connor New. Connor New victorious here at the Volusia Speedway Park. I think it was 4, maybe 5 cautions in that entire feature event. And boy, we've seen some great racing here this evening. Let's take a look at your official results for the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Series presented by Northwest Racing Association. Connor New comes away with the victory over Dylan Yeager and Hayden Tollison to make up the 1, 2, 3 for the Missoula Sea Speed Shop Camp. Damien Kiefer, a great effort in position number 4. 5th, we'll go to Cruz Cordell. We'll round out the top 10 with Chance Carr, Colton Zimmer, Desmond Busby, Dylan Wilson, and Jesse Enterkin to make up your top 10. We'll go back to 11th through to 20th. It'll look like this. Christopher Joy in 11th. Nathan Waddell 12th. Thomas Vickers. Bob Klein. Peyton Burton rounds out the top 15. Joseph Grady in 16th. And the last car on the lead lap. Tristan Ludasil back to 17th. Chase Barbara, Matt George, and Chase Hardy will be your top 20. And the final 4 drivers, Caleb Durgan, Aaron Bowman, Tristan Sykes, and Nick Baum, who sold out a t-shirt, so he had to pull it in field because he had to go restock in that O2 machine, will come home in position number 24. And just like that, when it's all said and done, we'll get to chat to your top 3 here in just a few moments' time. Let's chat to the man that comes home in 3rd place tonight. It's the 327 car of Hayden Tollison. Hayden, congratulations on the 3rd place finish here tonight. Boy, I tell you what, this 327 car, it was bad fast all night long.
Yeah, we had a really good car tonight. I didn't really know what to expect coming in this race, but this is one of my best tracks, and I had a lot of confidence, and I think we showed it tonight.
Obviously, coming into tonight, you were 7th in the point standing, so that championship was just out of reach. What was the mindset like for you coming into tonight, knowing that the championship was out of reach, but you were looking to put in another solid result here tonight?
Mindset was just come in here, try to make the race, get us out top 10, and, we done that. Felt really, really good. It's kind of pacing Kiefer there early, and trying to burn my stuff up too much, but try not to let him get too far away, and I felt like I done a good job of that, and I got 3rd place set up.
Hayden, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. We look forward to seeing where you stack up when it comes to the point situation. We'll have to wait for Eddie to do that, but congratulations on this 3rd place finish here tonight. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everyone involved on this 327 car.
Yeah, I got to thank CFM Esports, my Josie Speed Shop, Deborah Sim Chassis, Tech 3 Defense, Stephen Cavett at VLR, and A for Fitness Legal.
There we go, Hayden Tollison, 3rd place finisher here tonight at the Volusia Speedway Park. We'll chat to the man that comes home 2nd place tonight. It's the 48 car of Dylan Yeager, and it's the professional catfisher. Dylan, congratulations on 2nd place finish here tonight. Boy, this 48 car, it was pretty quick right through the slick there, but I guess, Volusia and Volusia knows you. You guys just happened to stick the bottom side throughout the most part of that feature event.
Yeah, I got really lucky there at the beginning. There was a lot of carnage going on there around 10th place, and I was able to go from 13th to, I want to say, 6th or 5th pretty quick there. So that definitely helped, but it took me a while to get the setup in. I felt like I wasn't really making up much ground there until about lap 50 where we got that yellow, and I was able to get by Kiefer, and then I was trying to catch Connor. I think if we had more laps, I might have been able to get to him there. I was a little more consistent than he was there at the end of the race, but a good race for me. It's probably the best race I've had in a really long time. It's been a rough patch here lately, but that felt really good.
Well, when it comes to the championship side of things, you were 20 points behind Chase Barber, who, unfortunately for him, maybe fortunately for you, he finished back in 18th position. We'll have to wait to see where the drop weeks and all that sort of stuff play out. But, I mean, overall, you're looking at a top 3 in the championship standings. I guess, are you happy with that overall when it's all said and done?
I mean, if you told me at week 6 that I would have finished 3rd in points or 2nd in points, I would have been a little disappointed. But the way that the last couple of weeks have went and how good this last week went for me, I mean, I'm all right with it. It's tough nowadays. The competition is it's very tough to keep up with because they're constantly changing things, and I just don't really have the time to be able to sit down and test everything out and figure out what's fast anymore. So just hopping on here twice a week and having good results feels good. Obviously once it gets closer to Pro Series time, I'll be able to hop on a little more and hopefully have a good run in that series. But steps in the right direction, and hopefully here in the next coming months I can keep that up and have a good run going in the Pro Series, like I said.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you can do in the Pro Series as well. But for tonight and for the Northwest Racing Association Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model, Dylan, congratulations on this second place finish here tonight. Before we let you go, once again, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 48 car that makes it all possible for you.
Yeah, I got to thank everybody at CFM Esports and Majul C Speed Shop. Everybody that raced over there with us this season, Connor, Hayden, Bob Klein, Dez, Chance Carr, Matt George. I forget exactly who else was there, but
Jesse Anakin, Christopher Joy,
yeah.
Peyton Burton, Joseph Garandi. I mean, do you want me just to finish this interview for you? Because I'm pretty sure I can name them. Yeah, get going.
Go right ahead, Brett. Yeah, but they're all great. We worked really well together this season and made really good strides on setups, and we all challenge each other over there, which makes us better drivers. But got to thank everybody over there. Got to thank Eddie for continuing on the season. We had a pretty good last 2 races there. So got to thank him for sticking with it, and got to thank you for doing the best broadcast in the game as always.
Dylan, well done on second place. We look forward to seeing where you officially end up when it comes to the championship. Well done.
Thanks, brother.
There we go, Dylan Yeager, second place, finisher here tonight. Well, we chat to your main event winner and potentially your champion. We're not going to call it just yet. We're not going to pull a Logan Rumsey on him with Lucas Rourke, but we're going to chat to the man that comes away with the win here tonight from the Volusia Speedway Park. It's the 10 car of Connor Newen. Connor, first of all, congratulations on this victory. Lap 47 was when you took over the race lead, and from there it was all she wrote. It was just a clean set of tyre tracks in front of you and behind you. You must be happy to wrap up the season with a win.
Dude, I can't believe none of this. We qualified 3rd, and I didn't take the invert. Damien didn't, so I was really happy about that. And then the one heat race that it goes to the bottom is mine, and I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen all season long that I just can't run the bottom. And Hayden got around me there. He's really good on the bottom here. So we started 6th, and I don't know, we started getting screwed like the first couple of laps, and I couldn't really make no ground, but a couple of those restarts helped us, and we were able to get to 2nd there and just pace Damien and finally make a move on him for the lead.
Well, just looking at what was said a little over an hour ago by Eddie Farner, since the money was not taken from qualifying for the invert, this race now paid $215 to win. I guess that's not a bad way to spend a Monday night, right? Picking up an extra couple of $100.
Oh, no, for sure. I don't know. I got to say thanks to Aaron's Setup Shop for putting up that money. That's awesome to do. And I don't know, it's fun to come out here and race every Monday and with these guys and pick up some extra money while doing that.
Well, speaking of picking up extra money, we look at the championship side of things. There was 10 points separating yourself and Chase Barber. Chase Barber didn't have the finish he would have tonight. So now I guess a nervous wait for you over the next sort of 24 to 48 hours as you wait for the official points for this Super Late Model Championship. If you do come away with the victory, you've got a chance to double up on the Pro Late Models Championship as well. That'll wrap up in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. We've, I mean, I'm not being cocky, but I've kind of dominated that series, and it's been really fun with those guys. I think I should have won the championship. I don't think I done anything wrong tonight or out of the way, you know. So hopefully we get those results pretty quick, and hopefully I got the win in them.
Well, Connor, congratulations on this victory. Congratulations on picking up some extra cold hard cash. And well, either way, if you don't get the win, it's been a wonderful season for yourself and the 10 car. But Connor, before we let you go and celebrate and get that nervous wait out over the next 24 to 48 hours for the official point standings, we'll let you thank everybody involved one last time that makes this all possible for you.
I gotta thank everybody at Volusia Speed Shop: Evan, Blake, Chris, Mike, Yeager, Flatten, Hayden, Zimmer, Crazy K Graphics, Sweet Victory Apparel, Team CFM, Bilstein Shocks, VLR. I gotta congratulate. I think Yeager should have got second points too, so congratulations to him. Eddie for putting this league on. It's been a blast. Everybody for racing me clean every week, and you for broadcasting. And especially Mike Augustine, my spotter. He's my boy. I love Mike. So yeah, special thanks to him.
Now, one other thing. I'm being told that you have a mullet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, you've now just lost that $210, and I officially want to fight you.
Why?
I don't like mullets. Why? Why would you choose a mullet?
Because it's just a lifestyle, man.
That's okay. All right. Well, you know what? We can agree to disagree on that one. Connor, congratulations on the victory. Well done on a potential championship. We'll look forward to seeing those official results coming out. Go and celebrate, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brett.
There we go. Connor New, your winner here tonight from the Volusia Speedway Park, which will wrap up the championship race here for the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Series presented by Northwest Racing Association. Again, a quick little recap on what we've seen in the qualifying, from qualifying to the heat races to the B mains, and then to wrap up this 75-lap main event. So far, okay, we go back to qualifying. Just two drivers, Damien Keefe for Chase Barbara, were in the 14.9s when it come to qualifying. Connor New was with a 15.008. So those three drivers, and of course Damien Keefe opting not to take the money, which meant there was no invert for the heat. So he started on pole, heat race number 1, and he got the win. Much like to what Chase Barbara and what Chase Barbara did in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3, Connor New started on pole, but it was Hayden Tolleson who got the win in heat race number 3. We got set for the first of 2 B mains. There were 2 8-car B mains. Top 6 were going through. Dylan Yeager picked up the win in B main number 1, and it was Cruz Cordell picking up the victory in B main number 2. And then, of course, our 24-car field was set for tonight's 75-lap main event. And when it's all said and done, we look at the hard charge, a chance car from 21st to 6th, plus 15 positions. But the big talking points of this night was Chase Barbara finishing back 8 laps down in 18th position. But when it was all said and done, Hayden Tolleson home in 3rd, Dylan Yeager home in 2nd, and our potential Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model potential champion, Connor New, gets the victory. If he does be crowned the winner here from the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Series, he will have a chance with the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series to back up another championship on that one again, going into Wednesday night in the next 2 weeks and next 2 races from Volusia and from the Linear National Speedway. He has got a near 50-point lead, so he's got a very big gap, and he's got an opportunity to pick up 2 championships in the one season with the Northwest Racing Association. That'll do it for us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We will be back tomorrow night with the World of Thunder Esports League Dirt Street Stock Series Fixed Setup Racing from 7 o'clock Eastern, and then 9 o'clock Eastern. We will be live once again with the Open Street Stock Setups. I've got no idea where we're going to. We'll have to wait and see for that one, but until then, when it's all said and done, we will find out over the next 24 to 48 hours who will become the Plumwild Podcast Super Late Model Champion. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the manager behind the scenes, we say farewell. Congratulations to Connor New, your Super Late Model winner from round number 10 here at the Volusia Speedway Park.